In the heart of a bustling city, amidst towering skyscrapers and the ceaseless hum of ambition, lived a man named Daniel Reed. At 39, Daniel was a ghost in the machine of modern life, quiet, simple, and largely invisible. To the world, he was just another face in the crowd, a technician trying to make ends meet. But beneath his ordinary exterior, Daniel carried the heavy weight of forgotten dreams. His days were a blur of routine. He worked in a large corporation, a cog in a massive wheel, fixing machines, replacing parts, and keeping things running while life passed him by. He had no fancy degree, no glittering resume, just calloused hands and a heart that had been weathered by disappointment. There was a time when Daniel dreamed of being an engineer. He imagined himself designing systems, building machines, creating things that mattered. But life, as it often does, had other plans. His mother's early passing and his father's job loss forced him to abandon college at 19. He stepped up to support his family, pushing his own aspirations into a dusty corner of his mind. Each year, he'd promise himself, "Next year, I'll go back. Next year, I'll try again." But next year became a distant mirage, always on the horizon, but never within reach. Life's demands grew louder, while its rewards seemed to shrink. At work, the sting of being left behind was a daily reality. Younger employees, fresh out of university, became his supervisors. They'd give him orders, critique his methods, and sometimes their words cut deep with casual disrespect. He whispered into the night air, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I really did miss my chance." He felt the final flicker of his youthful ambition dying out. But sometimes, when we're at our lowest, life sends a message, often through the most unexpected of messengers. The next morning, while tending to a malfunctioning machine, Daniel noticed a young intern, a kid named Leo, fumbling with a complex circuit board. When they were done, the circuit hummed back to life. The intern looked at Daniel, not with just gratitude, but with genuine admiration. "Wow," he said, "you're amazing at this. Why aren't you an engineer?" The question struck Daniel like a bolt of lightning. It was simple, direct, and utterly profound. Why wasn't he an engineer? For 2 decades, he had built a fortress of excuses around that question. It was too late. He wasn't smart enough. Life was too hard. But hearing it from someone else, someone who saw his potential so clearly, shattered those walls. He hadn't failed. He had simply stopped trying. That night, Daniel returned home with a newfound fire in his eyes. He pulled out an old, dusty notebook filled with diagrams and ideas from his youth. The dreams he had buried were still there, waiting. He went online and enrolled in an engineering certification course. It wasn't a full degree, but it was a start. It was a step. The journey was anything but easy. He studied after grueling shifts, on weekends, and late into the night. There were moments of crippling self-doubt, nights when exhaustion won and he fell asleep at his desk. The textbook, a makeshift pillow. But for the first time in years, he wasn't just surviving. He was striving. He passed his first course, then the second, and then another. Each small victory was a brick, rebuilding the foundation of his self-belief. Rank 3 out of 421 candidates. He didn't shout. He didn't cry. He just closed his eyes and took a deep, shuddering breath, the first true, full breath of air he'd taken in 20 years. It was the breath of a man who had finally come home to himself. The company offered him the role of junior engineer. The real prize was the man he saw in the mirror. Now a man who had faced his fears and refused to be defined by his past. Years went. But Daniel climbed the ladder, not with ruthless ambition, but with quiet competence and a passion for his craft. He eventually became a senior project engineer, a mentor to young minds, the very person he had once dreamed of being. There were moments of crippling self-doubt, nights when exhaustion won and he fell asleep at his desk. The textbook, a makeshift pillow. But for the first time in years, he wasn't just surviving. He was striving. He passed his first course, then the second, and then another. Each small victory was a brick, rebuilding the foundation of his self-belief. Rank 3 out of 421 candidates. He didn't shout.